Okay, guys, welcome back. Broken Bobby here again, picking up on the LA County Jail riot story. So we're all gathered. Like I said, we're over by the steps, Supermax, LA County Jail in the Wayside facility, and we're all grouped up. The other group sitting at the tables, and it's go time. And the nerves are really kicking in. We're following the lead of the big homie, basically. And this probably isn't going to be nice. But let me explain something to you about jail and prison. For respect, it don't matter what the results are, you're going to respect us. And that's more of what this was about. So even though the odds were stacked against us, it's go time. So here we go. We're rushing these guys. Now, our rep had spoke with the rep of the dominant Hispanic group to see what it looked like as far as if they would jump if this happened. And he said he told his homies to stand down, but he couldn't control whether or not they were going to jump or not. And once one jumps, they're all going to jump. So yeah, it was looking to not be that great of a situation, but here we are fighting for our honor. So it's go time. We're rushing. I zone in on somebody that I'm going to rush, and as I'm rushing towards him, one of somebody from one of the other groups that said they would stand down didn't, and pow, I take one in the back of the head, knocks me to the ground. I'm not going to tell these Superman stories like, yeah, I was knocking fools out left and right. Like, he caught me with a good one in the back of the head, and I went down. I landed by a bunk, and as I turned around to jump back up, there were a couple of them coming for me. So now the big homie, he landed his blow, and I'll be honest with you, I've never heard such an eerie sight in my life. He caught this guy right below the eye, and he definitely needed stitches when it was done. That was nasty. But so I'm on the ground. I'm trying to get back to my feet so I can join in on the ruckus here, and the posse's coming for me. So on some Jackie Chan shit, like, I rolled over a couple times under the bunk bed to the other side, and there was nobody there, so I regained my footing and tried to kick the little birdies and stars off that were flying around my head. And there was a black gang member who was not involved in the situation, but he kind of tapped me on the shoulder and he said, "They're jumping your homie." So I look over, and sure as shit, yeah, the big homie's got a few of them on him. So I rush back into the ruckus, get some of those guys off. By this point, okay, in Wayside, it's dorm living, but there's bars at the front of these dorms, and they're tall bars from the ground to the ceiling. You have the phones just over to the right, and then stairs over to the left. And by this point, the deputies, like, this still cracks me up to this day. There's 4 or 5 deputies at the gates, and they're yelling, "Stop fighting! Stop fighting!" Like, we're criminals, motherfucker. You think we're gonna listen to you? So yeah, we're going. So now they're shooting pepper spray in, and as it turns out, I found out later, of the 9 of us that were remaining against probably 60 plus, by the time the other group got involved as well, 2 of the white boys were hiding back in the back of the dorm. Oh my God. Like I said, you know what, it's to me, I haven't really seen anything. Well, later on I seen some stuff that was more terrifying than this riot, if I'm being completely honest. But you know, you got to do what you got to do. You have to command respect when you're in that environment. And politics, be it if your people are fighting, then you're fighting as well. Just like if you're getting jumped or something, your people are going to help you. And, you know, that's not really the person I am as far as segregation and stuff, but that's the politics in there, and that's what you got to roll with pretty much. So they get us all zip tied and separated and everything, and they start removing people from the melee. And if I'm being completely honest, we got lumped up pretty good in that one, but we earned the respect of a lot of people for standing up for what we believed in. So after they got through removing the key instigators from the situation, I'm left behind with maybe one other guy that participated, and these guys that didn't participate. And it's funny how quickly other racists that weren't involved are quick to come and tell you, hey, these fucking weenies were back there hiding while you guys were out there doing your shit, you know? So first things first, though, I went to the new leader of the group that we went to battle with and made sure that they understand that this is just business, it's not nothing personal, and that it was a dead issue. Because now, like, it could have gotten really ugly, but it was a dead issue at this point. So once we established that, I went and basically took the commissary from those 2 weenies that didn't have our backs in that situation, and rolled them up out of the dorm, because, you know, in that situation, you don't want to live with people that aren't going to have your back, especially if you're going to have theirs. So that's the LA County Jail riot story. The point I want to make with this is, you know, when you're out there in the streets and you're partying and you're having a good time and you're using substances and doing criminal activities, you know, it all seems like fun and games, but there is a consequence that has to be paid when you're doing these things. And lucky for me, I didn't have to do that much time. I think on the next story, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I'll have another one for you probably in the next couple of days. But just realize it's not what you think in there, and just because you did time don't make you a big homie. Some people might think that, but in my opinion, it just means I was stupid enough to get caught. So let's keep pushing, and everybody have a good day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.